I like being bad. It makes me happy.
So, many of you likely remember this, but allow me to refresh your memories. Months ago, I made a video on KinoFlex, aka DoxxoFlex, and displayed his inability to handle criticism without resorting to doxing in response, especially over a claim that was never made by me. Watch that video before proceeding with this one, as it provides relevant context for this video. Now, if KinoFlex has taken accountability and looked to move past the drama, we wouldn't be here again. But not only has KinoFlex been deliberately sparking drama for months, but he has also proceeded to lie about the situation in a recent video covering an apparent controversy with a YouTuber named Otterly Noah, since KinoFlex was directly called out for it. Now, this controversy in itself is not something I'm very knowledgeable in, nor am I required to, in order to point out that KinoFlex is lying through his teeth right here. So while I'm not informed enough to take a side, all I'm gonna say is that if Otterly Noah made a response proving that KinoFlex lied through his teeth, there would be absolutely zero shock in my reaction. I mean, KinoFlex is the same person who pretended to be someone else on Mahler's subreddit, where even EFAP fans caught onto his game and immediately didn't trust him because he's a doxer. Which is funny since the EFAP fanbase doesn't even like me, and I often find their community insufferable. So it becomes all that much funnier when even the EFAP community couldn't stand KinoFlex when he's trying to suck up to them. And even when they catch on to the fact that this is KinoFlex's Reddit account, he dodges that point and proceeds to refer to himself in third person, as he's been doing this entire thread. And in trying to justify himself, he regurgitates the same lie that I called him a pedophile, despite the fact that he has no evidence of me making this claim, and is only relying on the fact that people have suspected or even believed this to be the case. While I don't think there's concrete proof that KinoFlex himself is a pedophile, and have even publicly stated this to be the case to people accusing him of such, maybe people wouldn't suspect this in the first place if he didn't enter a stream and fail to answer a basic yes or no question on if an adult being attracted to a baby is pedophilia.
You don't have an answer if it's pedophilic to jerk off to a cartoon baby.
I do have a standard for it. I do have a standard for it. I condemn people who jerk off to
That's not an answer.
Drawings of
That's not an answer. We're asking if it's pedophilic behavior. We're asking if it's pedophilic behavior.
Like me condemning the action is not enough.
Well, no, because you're acting like it's not pedophilic behavior. You can't answer that question, and the fact that you can't answer
because
that question is very interesting to me.
I need more than that. I need
no, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Right?
Say, hey,
Jack,
I need an expert psychologist to say, yes, this guy is
pedophile. Here's why I think you're being disingenuous, right?
Again, like I need like a psychologist to.
You need a psychologist to tell you that jerking off to a cartoon baby is pedophilic.
Yes, I need.
You need a psychologist to tell you that jerking off to a baby is pedophilic.
I need a psychologist to explain to me.
You need a psychologist to explain to you that jerking off to a cartoon baby is pedophilic.
I need a psychologist to explain.
You need a psychologist to explain to you that jerking off to an infant is pedophilic.
I need a psychologist to explain to me that jerking off to a baby is
pedophilic.
I need a psychologist to explain to me that there's a causal link between a fictional character
and someone jerking off to something that is very clearly an infant.
If you jerk off to a child, you're a pedophile. It's as simple as that.
That's real life children. Real life children. Real life children. Real life children.
Yeah, I'll let that clip speak for itself. With that said, let's see what Jack has to say this time around.
Let me tell you about this guy I know, Jack. Mean kid. Bad seed. He had a head full of bad wiring, I guess. Couldn't keep it straight up here.
I even found myself getting accused of trying to potentially dox him with zero evidence supporting that after I criticized him over his plagiarism, where he referenced a past drama I had with another YouTuber who grossly exaggerates issues into being bigger than they actually are.
This is projection and cope. Not only have you failed to make a response to that video, but your decision to dox me was justified by you accusing me of making an accusation that was never made. And you're out here talking about grossly exaggerating issues?
All I'm going to say on the matter is that while I shouldn't have posted anything at all in response to them,
you gotta love the wording here. He said he shouldn't have posted anything at all in response to us. Yeah, we made an agreement to drop it, but that's not the main issue. The main issue is that you doxed me over a claim that I never made, which is what Otterly Noah was highlighting in the tweet that you showed. And the thing is, you've never actually apologized for the doxing. In fact, he has alleged that people can find it easily, and even specified which site they can find it on, weeks after the doxing. Now, I checked the site itself and didn't find anything, thankfully, so it's possible that he's not even telling the truth about this in the first place. What a shock. But even if he is telling the truth, he's directing people in public on where they can find the material used to dox me. This is not accountability. This is evidence that you haven't learned your lesson.
People within that specific community engage in the same behavior I did, but don't take any accountability like I have.
You opened the section by accusing Otterly Noah of making a baseless accusation against you. So, in your response to this, you proceed to make a baseless accusation against me. Like, you can't make this up. Now, I've seen KinoFlex attempt to prove this, and it was yet again a sad display.
Well, well, well. SK supports a guy who actually doxes people.
Now, if you have basic critical thinking skills, you'll immediately realize the issue here. KinoFlex's evidence that I support someone who doxes others is that I retweeted a video from a creator. The problem is that the video in question is not doxing anyone. It's criticizing ICE for executing a guy they didn't have to kill whatsoever, which was my motivation for retweeting the video. Let's take a look.
Yeah, fucking political. That was murder. An ICU nurse who worked at the VA, who was legally carrying a firearm that was fucking holstered while he was filming, who is now being painted as a domestic terrorist because he took a gun to a protest. But all these 2A motherfuckers a couple years back were screaming Kyle Rittenhouse's name from the goddamn rooftops. Oh, that was different. Yeah, you're right. He had a fucking rifle strapped to his chest. The man who was shot and murdered by ICE was concealed carrying a firearm that he was legally allowed to fucking have. I am now seeing reports that it's even possible that they disarmed him by taking his weapon out of his holster that was at his 6 o'clock, and then they mag dumped the fucking guy. So if you are legally carrying a firearm and they take that off of your person and then utilize that as a justification to put rounds in your fucking back while you were laying face down on the pavement, then it was never about following the law. The Second Amendment doesn't matter anymore, and you're fucked. So where's all the don't tread on me, two-way, gun-toting, boot-licking fucktards? Or is it just when it's not on your fucking side? So I'm done playing the middle ground. I'm done making first aid videos that just might help, that can be seen by both sides. So fuck it. Fuck Trump. Fuck ICE. We are not mad enough.
So you see, the video doesn't dox anyone, and I'd have no way of knowing if he did simply by seeing the video. Yet KinoFlex ran with this as evidence of me condoning doxing, likely because he has no defense for the fact that he himself is engaged in doxing, and is looking for a gotcha to try negating that criticism. It's not going to work. I also imagine that KinoFlex was seething in his chair over me criticizing ICE. You wanna know why? Because after Renee Good was killed by the ICE agent, KinoFlex ran to my DMs to post memes about her death and justify the act, even though shots were literally being fired when she already turned the opposite direction, which the officer would know she was trying to do considering his own phone footage shows just that. But sure, it's the C who's the one that supports murder, right?
Dancing
Fuck
around.
yourself,
You are
dude.
out of it.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself, Jack.
Yeah,
Go
and
fuck
you're pro murder, bro.
Look how easy it is for me to get an answer. Hey C, do you support the assassination of Charlie Kirk?
No.
Do you think the killer who did it, do you think he deserves jail time?
Yes.
Do you think he's a bad person?
Yes.
You know, this kinda gives off the impression that KinoFlex only cares about gun deaths when it happens to right-wing commentators he likes, rather than having a consistent principle that I hold, being that none of these people deserve to die. Now, KinoFlex has tried defending this position, and has even doubled down by accusing me of being a doxer enthusiast. He questions why I used the word allegedly in relation to him doxing people, then shows articles stating that he doxed people using the internet. Well, to answer your stupidly conceived question, I was using the word allegedly because I didn't know if the allegations were true or not, nor do I need to in order for my counterpoint to be valid. Even assuming the allegations are true, I never retweeted a post of him doing what these people have alleged. I retweeted a critique of law enforcement. I understand that criticizing ICE is offensive to you, and I'm very sorry that offends you, but this isn't evidence of doxing. I don't need to be aware of why his sponsor dropped him in order to agree with points he makes about a situation. I've agreed with KinoFlex on the point that Charlie Kirk shouldn't have been killed. That doesn't mean I support everything else he does. None of what you said proves that I'm a doxer enthusiast. All you've proven is that you're desperate for drama and ways to deflect from criticism. Well, congratulations, you've opened the door to make a fool of yourself once again, and provide a comedic, yet useful reminder as to why nobody should trust you.
Regardless, nothing I posted ever had any realistic potential to lead to any real-world contactability or harm.
Yes, it does. See, you can't claim you've taken accountability, then proceed to say that doxing me has no realistic potential to cause any harm. For starters, it's a violation of privacy. Invading privacy is inherently harmful. Choosing not to reveal private information is a safety precaution to avoid stalking or harassment from weirdos on the internet.
I never posted an address, phone number, social security number, employer, or legal name.
That doesn't mean your actions couldn't result in material harm. If my face draws attention out in public because you've chosen to dox me, then people can either harass me or stalk me, both of which are dangerous to not just myself, but also the people close to me.
Which is what Noah and his community at the time implied I was potentially responsible for.
Where did Otterly Noah accuse you of leaking information like an address? Your screenshot doesn't show it. All you've shown was that he said you were outed for doxing, because you were. You also have no leg to stand on regarding baseless accusations. You literally threw a baseless accusation against me to justify you doxing me, and you claimed that I'm a doxer enthusiast because I retweeted a video that doesn't contain any doxing. Please have an ounce of self-awareness.
And while I do admit fault in that prior drama and how I conducted myself, that is not at all reasonable justification to throw out an entirely baseless accusation at me. And I hope that even people who despise me can understand where I'm coming from, because this is a completely terrible standard to establish.
Then why did you accuse me of being a doxer enthusiast? Oh, right, because you're a fucking liar.
You're trash, Brock. Excuse me? Your picture's a fake.
Now, this is not surprising at all from DoxxoFlex. It's clear that he's not operating in any good faith. This exact problem is highlighted in Birdman's video on him. KinoFlex lacks integrity and the foresight to realize how bad this will make him look.
You should have thought of that earlier.
And instead of fully taking accountability, he looks for ways to deflect blame and use dishonest whataboutisms.
It's clear you can't be objective.
And I know it was embarrassing for KinoFlex the last time that I offered this, but I'll offer it again anyway. I challenge you to come here and debate me, face to face. I imagine he'll decline because he got destroyed the last time, but I'm a believer in second chances, even for self-owning nutjobs like him. But yeah, we'll be right back to regularly scheduled videos after this embarrassing display. Consider this my parting gift to this situation, well, for the time being. That's all I've got to say for now. Thanks for watching, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and check out some of my other videos as well. I'll see you all later, goodbye.